Morgan Spurlock, documentarian known for Super Size Me, dies at 53. His 2004 film followed Mr. Spurlock as he ate nothing but McDonald's for a month. It was nominated for an Oscar, but it later came in for criticism. Morgan Spurlock, a documentary filmmaker who gained fame with his Oscar-nominated 2004 film Super Size Me, which followed him as he ate nothing but McDonald's for 30 days, but later stepped back from the public eye after admitting to sexual misconduct. His brother Craig Spurlock said the cause was complications of cancer. Mr. Spurlock was a playwright and TV producer before becoming famous worldwide for Super Size Me. This was one of the first movies where the filmmaker gets deeply involved in the story. It took inspiration from Michael Moore's bold style and the personal approach of reality TV, which was just starting to become popular. The film's idea was simple. Mr. Spurlock would eat only McDonald's food for a month. If a worker at McDonald's asked if he wanted to supersize his meal, meaning to make it the biggest size, he would always say yes. The movie follows Mr. Spurlock and his very patient girlfriend during his 30-day journey. It includes interviews with health experts and visits to his worried doctor. By the end of the month, he had gained 25 pounds, felt depressed, had a puffy face, and his liver wasn't working well. Mr. Spurlock was married 3 times to Priscilla Summer, Alexandra Jameson, and Sarah Bernstein. All 3 marriages ended in divorce. He is survived by his brothers Craig and Barry, his parents and his sons, Lachlan and Callan. Rudolf Spoor, 85, director of Moon Landing and Terror of Máxima, has died. Television. Director Rudolf Spoor has passed away at the age of 85. His family announced yesterday afternoon that they had said goodbye to him in the hospital, where he had been admitted for a short time. Spoor worked for the NOS and directed many important TV programs. The most famous moments of his career, which lasted over 40 years, were the Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969 and the wedding ceremony of Crown Prince Willem Alexander and Máxima in 2002. During this wedding, he captured the famous shot of Máxima's tear. He also directed many other events involving the royal family and was known as the court director. He was the go-to person for royal weddings, princes' days, and queens' days. Rudolf Michael Spoor was born on August 16, 1938, in Heemstede. After finishing secondary school, he studied photography in the evenings. Besides photography, Spoor was also interested in space travel. On a TV show called De Wereld Draait Door, he shared that he once launched a self-built rocket in his parents' backyard. The launch failed but made such a loud noise that it was reported by the local newspaper, and then De Telegraaf. After the marriage of Willem Alexander and Máxima, Rudolf Spoor retired. However, in 2013, the Government Information Service asked him to come back for one more important job, directing Queen Beatrix's abdication speech. In 1993, Spoor was honored as a Knight in the Order of Orange-Nassau. In 2002, he received the Cross of Honor in the Order of the House of Orange for his work as a TV director. Darryl Hickman, dies. Actor in The Grapes of Wrath and Leave Her to Heaven, was 92. Darryl Hickman, a child actor in Leave Her to Heaven and The Grapes of Wrath, died at 92, his family said. No cause was given. Hickman appeared in more than 40 films, having been a contract player at Paramount and MGM. He portrayed the youngest member of the Joad family, Winfield, in John Ford's 1940 adaptation of The Grapes of Wrath, as well as a role as the younger version of Van Heflin's character in the 1946 noir, The Strange Love of Martha Ivers. In 1945's Leave Her to Heaven, Hickman played Danny, younger brother to Cornel Wilde's Richard. Danny was disabled by polio, and when he comes to live with Richard and his wife Ellen, Jean Tierney, he drowns by Ellen's hand in the middle of a lake due to jealousy of Richard's affection for the boy. In 1951, he briefly retired from acting to enter a monastery, but returned to Hollywood a little over a month later. Hickman was born July 28, 1931, in Hollywood, California, and signed to a contract at Paramount after being discovered by a dance school director. His first film was 1937's The Prisoner of Zenda, as Ronald Colman's son. Among his many films was The Star Maker, Untamed, Men of Boys Town, Mobtown, Joe Smith, American, The Human Comedy, Rhapsody in Blue, 2 Years Before the Mast, Boys Ranch, Alias Nick Beale, and The Setup.